Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Jessup. I wanted to upload this video because, personally, I think it was kind of ridiculous. I end up having a really good kill streak, and I kept it going for a little while, got a bunch of kills, kept my deaths very low, and I end up team killing later on and getting kicked from the server. And I felt so bad. So I joined another game, and it ended up being the exact same game that I was kicked from, except I was on the losing side. And from there on, it just sort of just went downhill from there. I went from having like a crazy KDA of like 3 point something, all the way down to just zero, negative something. It was so bad. It was beyond ridiculous. Anyways, in this video, the topic I wanted to discuss was what kind of game is Black Ops 3 compared to the other Call of Duty franchise, other games in the Call of Duty franchise. Now, personally, from what I've experienced, all Call of Duty games are very run and gun. There's a lot of things in here that allow you to shoot, move, and in a game that's very fast-paced, that's great. That's what you want to do. However, I noticed this isn't like Modern Warfare 2. This isn't like Black Ops 1, I would say. This is a slower paced game. It seems like it's still fast paced, but it's slower relative to the other games. And the reason I bring this up is because even though they still allow perks where you can run for long times, you can use thrusters, you can shoot and run, and all sorts of different things, it's deceiving. It's a very stay in one section of the map. I would say more of like a quadrant of the map, and you will get more kills than if you were to run around the entire time. Because let's face it, almost all the maps, like 99% of the maps in Black Ops 3, are 3-laned. They're set up for a left lane, a middle lane, and a right lane. You have the two spawns at the opposite ends, and you decide which way you want to go, left, right, or middle. And sure, that's fine if it was set up so that only a couple maps had this layout, but it seems almost every single map has this layout. So the best way to get more kills is to honestly not camp, but pick a quadrant and stick to that quadrant. You're not camping, like you're not going to stay in one room and you're not going to go prone, and you're not going to stay in a building and shoot. Find a quadrant that fits your play style and stay in that area. Sure, you can branch out a couple times, but try and stay in it. If you notice, most of the time I go on my kill streaks, it's because I stayed in a quadrant and had the enemies come to me. I didn't go to them. I waited for them to spawn, come to me, and I shot them, killed them, whatnot. And so that's pretty much what I wanted this video to be about. You need to take the game a little bit slower than you would in other games. Don't just run and gun. Find a place that you've memorized completely, where all the exits and entrances are, and all the places people can kill you, and stick to that area. Again, I'm not trying to tell you to camp. I'm not trying to tell you to sit in a corner and shoot at anyone who comes from one direction. That's not what I want you to do. That's toxic. Most of the community hates that. Personally, I hate it when people do that. It just doesn't seem fair that they sat in that corner and just waited for you to come. Pick a quadrant, like I've been saying. Find an area that's large, but not really small and not extremely wide open, and stay in that area. You'll find that your kills will start increasing, your deaths will start decreasing, and you'll be able to go on those longer kill streaks. I know that when I first started playing Call of Duty, I tend to stay away from the higher needed kill streaks. I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to say there. I tried staying away from the higher score kill streaks because I knew I would never reach it. Like in Modern Warfare 2, I never dropped a nuke for the longest time because I didn't know how to play the game. Now that I know how to play Black Ops 3, I tend to get higher kill streaks. Now I can start increasing my kill streak pool. Before, I used to only use really small kill streaks, one that required very few points, like UAV, counter UAV. Now I still use UAV because it's really powerful in hardcore, But that's not the point. I started branching out and using some of the larger score kill streaks, some that require 10, 12, 14, 15 kills in order to achieve them. Now, because I started sticking to my area and using these higher kill streaks, or better kill streaks, it allowed me to, again, it sort of snowballs off itself, get more kills. Because I know how to do this, I get better kill streaks, and because I get better kill streaks, I get more kills, and it's just a really big vicious cycle that once you get going, it can give you some really great rewards off of it. You can get a lot of objectives done, you can get a lot of points at the end of the game, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. And all it takes is you to realize that Black Ops 3 isn't a strictly run and gun game. It's find a nice area, I guess, quote unquote, camp it out, but don't sit in a corner, you know what I mean? Make sure you are running around a little bit. It gives you something to do in a downtime between people, and it keeps you on your toes. I find that if you were to camp a bunch, you sort of get complacent and you just sit there. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. Thanks again for watching. This is Jessup with Jessup's Gaming Channel. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Thanks.
Enemy has Charlie. That's a 6-6 and a kick for that SOB.